New incoming communication is strongly indicating that will wake up wealthy. Parliamentary Finance Committee reveals its efforts to increase non-oil revenues and activate collections. TBI is talking about a mechanism to terminate the electronic platforms. Frank, that's right. They can't steal the money through that method anymore. This is fantastic. The American dollar and the dinar are now being protected from those that were stealing it, from Iran. Because that was the US Treasury's #1 requirement. We called it security and stability, and so did Dr. Shabibi. A first-year business major could tell you the government has no business trying to control the black market. You eliminate it. How, you might ask? By simply raising the value of the currency to be equal to or greater than the black market spread. You take away the profit motive and criminals will go somewhere else to make money. Central Bank of Iraq announces comprehensive banking reform map. Quote, after the central bank delegation returned from the last round of negotiations with the US Treasury and the US Federal Reserve, it revealed the roadmap for radical and comprehensive banking reform. The central bank's plan until the end of the year will reach 100%, with foreign transfers between Iraqi banks and correspondent banks, without going through the US Federal Reserve. Think about this. It will hurt the value of the dinar temporarily but allows them to buy it at a discount through major auctions. Suck trillions more dinar off the streets. What a great prep going into a revaluation. It will help them justify a higher value. This may be major for us. This is my theory and I think it makes sense. Comment, sounds like bad news to me, like they won't RV for weeks now. Marks, if auctions are immediate, they could be ready in a day or two. I believe they will move forward quickly on this. Remember Sadoni said just last week that they plan to revalue this year during his administration. I think the timing is great and they are setting the stage. Article from Baghdad today. It will turn the parallel market upside down. Sources, expected decisions from the central bank will confuse markets and raise exchange rates. When they say raise exchange rates, they are talking in the wrong direction. So if $1 now equals 1,310 dinar, it will go to $1 equals 1,500 dinar or so. So what they are going to do is have an auction on US dollars. They are planning on injecting more US dollars into the markets and buy dinar off of the streets. To help support the exchange rate is the claim. And to help clean up the sanctions and money laundering. The parallel market will be overturned. Sources, upcoming decisions from the central bank that will confuse the markets and raise exchange rate. It's interesting they don't say which exchange rate. Quote, he stated the decisions are likely to raise the dollar exchange rate in the parallel market. When they say raise the dollar exchange rate, that's not good for us. That means the dollar is rising up against the dinar. On the black market people are getting 1,505 dinars every $1. Which is much higher than the 1,320 for every dollar, the official exchange rate. It's getting out of whack again. As it gets harder and harder to get the US dollar, you're going to see the black market really start to increase. I'm curious to see what kind of decisions the central bank is going to make. Economic expert Safwan Qusay explained on Tuesday that Iraq has financial reserves sufficient to finance expenses for a year without the need for any revenues, noting that the financial situation is reassuring and there is no fear about financing salaries. Qusay told Al Maluma, the central bank has reserves worth $13 billion, and this number provides the ability to finance all expenses without any revenues for 360 days, while mathematical standards require the presence of amounts covering 180 days in the event of a disaster or emergency in the country. He added, the government can comfortably finance all expenses for the mentioned period, and this was implemented during the period of the emergence of the coronavirus, and the recession that accompanied the global economy. He explained that the financial situation is good and reassuring, and there is no fear of a shortage in liquidity or expenses, and salaries amounting to 60 trillion dinars must be transferred to stimulate economic activity and not towards imports, in order to maximize the capacity of the Iraqi economy. The Strategic Planning and Federal Service Committee revealed today, Tuesday, its intention to submit the final report on the government evaluation next week, while indicating that the report will be presented to members of the House of Representatives. Committee member Suad al-Maliki told Al-Maluma agency, her committee hosted all the ministers and completed its report on the government evaluation, noting that there are a number of recommendations that will be presented to the Honorable Representative.